Hi guys, Papal States Ball here, and today we are going to be continuing to take a look at a yeah, my mic's on, at a scenario where humanity colonizes space. Um, and then I have noticed that more people have been uh, coming into my streams lately. So I have the chat here, so I can like actually respond to you guys. But I did add some more stuff since last time, and then I will um show that to you guys after I put on my music. We gonna see who's hot. That's an ad. Shut up. So um so um so I went ahead and got rid of Norway's old border here because apparently I did that in the last episode and I just forgot about it. So I fixed it. And then I also went ahead and added uh capitals, which are these bigger dots, and major cities, which are these smaller dots. But the smaller dots, I made sure that they are larger than the bigger dots in space. And then um and then um I made sure that that a country would have its realistic number of major cities. So so if a country has 100 million or more people living in it, like the U.S. here, or another example would be Bangladesh, then I put its top 10 cities for population, and then um, if a country has a billion or more people living in it, like India and China, and those are really the only ones, I put its top 20 cities based on population. Um, if a country has 10 million or more people in it, like the UK or Germany, then I put its top 5 cities based on population. And then if a country has less than 10 million population, like Ireland here, or Monaco, or uh, Jamaica, or lots of other ones, then its only city is its capital, and then the capitals and cities are on a different layer, are on different layers. So I can turn off the capitals and the cities, or I should say the major cities, and then I can only turn on the capitals or only turn on the major cities. And then the cities in space are also on the major cities layer. Alright, um, there are some exceptions to the population rule. Like for Estonia here, its population ended up being like around 5 or 6 million, I think. But it still has St. Petersburg. And then I think the only other one here was Korea, where um, where um, where its population was I think around like 10 million. I think it was. I'm not sure, but But Pyongyang, which was in North Korea previously, um, is also uh, in in its in um like showing on the major cities layer. Um, but I think all the other countries should be following this rule. Don't mind my budgie. He's been very talkative today. Um, and then if I turn off the Earth claims and I added another map thing, like map mode thing, and it is alliances. And then um, so so there's really only two of them here. So NATO is in blue, and CSTO is in red. And then I think that's about all I added. So I should just that like so. Okay. Alright, and also put that in there because that is owned by France. And then um and then I also updated like the overseas territories of European countries. So like France owns these islands as well as these ones in blue here, as well as these ones. Um, and then yep, and then they're also shaded in the alliances layer. Yep. Okay. So um, wait. No. Okay, no, they are not shaded on the alliances layer. I had that earthquake visible there. So I'll just shade it in. Okay. So anyway, we should probably get started here. So and then um and then I don't think I mentioned this in the last episode, but in the last episode the Russo-Ukrainian War was the Israel-Palestine War happened. So um so um so at the beginning of the episode it was the year was 2025, but like um like in universe. But um, but now that those wars have finished, and um, and then some other like lots of other stuff happened after them. I'd say it's probably closer to around 2035 in universe. So yeah. Um, but um, but I think that I should probably put some other countries into NATO, like Sweden and Finland, because because they are in NATO in real life. And I wanted to do that off stream, but I knew it wouldn't really make much sense for me to put them in there off stream because they didn't really participate in World War III. So I'm putting them on here now. And then I also think that Ukraine would probably join NATO um, after Russia invaded them and heavily crippled them. But and also, Lithuania here owns Belarus's modern capital. So Belarus had to move their capital here. Just and that is the only country that had to move their capital. So anyway, um, so um, so I think, so I think that oh wrong wait, sorry. So I think that the USA would probably have gotten to Europa around this time. So um, so I'll put them on Europa. And then um, and then I'll put their main base on Europa. And it's gonna be right there. And then I would also like to put some um, uh, another new layer on here, and that is research bases. So I think that the US should probably have a lot of them on Europa to try to find life here. And then I think there would be a few more of them on Mars, but not as much. And then a bit more at the South Pole. Um, Not very many on Ceres and Vesta. And then and I think there would be a bit more here on the moon. Just because there's been like claims like, on the moon for quite a while now. Um, yeah. And then Japan's claim. Yep, that's all the claims. Um, and then um, I think um, you know what? I know what. Let's put Russia on Mars. So again, I think they would probably be somewhere near China. So there's their claim, as well as uh, their main base. That is right there. Okay. Um, and then I think that the U.S. should probably also claim parts of Phobos and Deimos. Uh, I I don't really think like they would put any cities on here, just because I don't think they would even fit here. So yeah. Um, And then we also have another new layer called clouds. And um, and why am I making this layer? Well, industrial activity on the moon has actually caused there to be uh, the clouds on the moon, cause it's like the factories and stuff. So um, and then since clouds are on the moon, I should probably also put some of them on Earth, and then they would obviously be bigger on Earth than on the moon. Well, okay, they probably wouldn't be that big. Make them a little bit smaller. So I'll just dot some clouds here and there, and then they would probably be bigger closer to the poles, cause it's colder there. Oh, okay. Here we go. And I know Antarctica's not here, but I'll put a few of them there as well. And then obviously, uh, like literally everything on Venus is just covered with clouds. So, um, so I'll cover all of Venus with clouds. Like that. Um, yeah, that. Um, like that. And like that. So, um, um, sure. Okay. Okay. So, um, okay, you know what? I think I think India would have definitely made it to the moon by now. Cause oh, I'm on the space claims. Oh wait, space claims. So I'm on the wrong layer. There's claims. There we go. And the space claims layer. So So I think India would probably put their colony somewhere, somewhere right here. And then, and then they would also put their main base on this trade route here. That's it's not the main base. That is. And then, um, and then like as soon as Pakistan sees India doing this, they just like immediately send like like their thing over to the moon and claim their own thing right there. There we go. Um, um, you know what? Um, I think the UK might want, well, not want, but I think they would probably expand their colony a bit more. What? Did not mean to do that. So, um, and then, um, and then the UK, um, they put a couple more cities down there. That's, that's quite a lot of, what, um, that, that is the main base, uh, cities, like kinda, kinda minor cities are kinda like that. And then China puts a lot more of theirs there. And then the US puts a bit more cities, as does the EU, as does India. Well, I think they would probably put a lot of cities there, especially on the trade routes. It's like India is really like, heavily populated. And I think India putting their cities there would probably influence Pakistan um, to do the same. Um, and then, um, and then, um, and then I think that, um, and then I think that Russia would probably want to establish a trade route with China. So I'll go ahead and do that. Um, and you know what? How about how about Canada can um can um can make their own claim? Um, and then I think, whoop, wrong layer there. I think it would definitely be fitting for them to be the northern border of the US on the moon as well. So, their main base is right there. Um, um, so, um, I think we would probably start to see some independences on the moon just cause, uh, just cause, like, um, just cause, um, just cause there's been like colonies on the claim for quite a, I mean, on on the moon for quite a bit now. So, um, so, we see Japan's claim uh, be the um, be the first to have its independence. And let me just do that real quick. Okay, and then pretty much immediately afterward, we see um, Japan's colony. I mean, uh, well, it's not really a colony anymore, but we see them start to expand quite a bit. Yeah, wait, and then I probably should also make capital a major city. 6 right there. And then um and then And then this is going to inspire some um, some other some other groups on the moon to to sort of try to get their own independence. I'm kind of running out of colors here. So like um so um so we start to see the uh, the more populated areas of the U.S.'s lunar colony um, start to kind of break away. Kind of like that, and then um, this is gonna cause the um, the U.S. to um, kind of like move back in after um, after well, to um, to kind of take back these rebels and and this group immediately falls. Well, not immediately, but whatever. And then the U.S. does have some success at first, but um, but then this group here does um, does does push it back, and then and then um, yeah, it's not going over too well for the U.S. So then the U.S. is like, you know what? Fine, you guys can have your independence. Whatever. Um, capitals. Um, so oh, wrong color there. City capitals, and then 6, and then their major cities. Like that. They have a lot of major cities. Wow. Oh wait, that's it's at the top. Oh wait, no, it's not. Top live chat. There we go. Um, and then um, I think China would probably have some rebels here as well. So they can be that color. So um, the majority of their force, I mean not forces, but uh, that the majority of their more populated areas are going to secede away from China. Whoop. Okay. And then as these rebels have the majority of China's lunar population, they are gonna see massive success. Um, and um, so China is not going over too well. China's not doing too well. And then they do try to push into the rebels a little bit, but things are just not going over too well. And then China is also going to surrender over to the rebels. Um, and then oh god. Um, so capitals. Yeah, I'm fine. And then cities. 6. And then um, how about the UK's thing can also break away? But theirs is gonna be in smaller pockets. What? So so um so they're a bit smaller, so they are going to not do as well, and this thing immediately gets taken over. And then these guys do manage to capture some of their uh, uh, territory, but they immediately get pushed back. And then, yeah, this isn't going over so well. And then this one is going over a similar thing there. So yeah, that's that didn't go over too well. Yeah, so so they're a newer colony, and um and they probably would not have gone over like that probably would not have gone too well for them. And then I might have overdone it with the cities in China's old colony. Um, but yeah, um, the colonies on Mars are kind of starting to have some ideas. Uh, the ones on Phobos and Deimos are new, so they probably are fine. The ones on Ceres and Vesta are small, and then Europa is basically just a research colony, so they're fine. Um, um, you know what? Um, you know what? I think I would like to give Scotland its independence. I think that's the Scottish borders. And then let me paint it white because it is no longer a part of the UK anymore. Tolerance power. And then this is really their only major city here. So that is going to immediately get upgraded to the capital. Like so. And then Scotland's independence was more of a peaceful one. Same thing with this blue Martian country, I mean, lunar country. That was also a peaceful independence. And then I should also probably get rid of the US's color because they're no wait no they are they're on so the US is on Mars and pretty much everywhere but the moon now. And then Japan is also on Mars. So I will not be getting rid of the color as well. So um and then you know what? How about um Japan expands their Martian colony quite a bit. So what like that. But wrong. Those borders suck. What? And then um Japan expanding their colony a lot like this is going to cause the U.S. get worried that they won't be able to expand the colony anymore. So they expand theirs like that, and like that. God, these borders suck, man. There's something. Yep, there it is. There we go. You know what? I should definitely try to fix up these borders a little bit. That, you know what? This, and then, um, and then, how about, how about, put something like that. There we go. I think that looks a little bit better anyway. And then the EU is, well, I guess not the EU, that is Korea. So they are going to expand their colony as well. Quite a bit here. Um, and then you know what? How about wrong color there? How about the U.S. can can uh can put some claims on Mercury like that, and then their cities. So right there, and then I think China would definitely want some uh some of Mercury. So they are going to also claim Mercury. Well, part of it anyway. Or wait, oh my god. Shut up. And then, and then, and then main base will be right there. But but I would like to be about done. So, yeah, bye guys.